Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Nelson Marsh from Nelson Marsh Arts, and tonight I did a little bit of pre-tracing um, eh, to be able to do this one a little bit better. Um, it's a for me, it's a little bit of a challenge. I think it'd be a challenge for anybody. Uh, I'm calling this Eye of Nature, or Nature of the the Eye of Nature. Excuse me. Cut take four. Eye of the Valley. And I've seen these photos around, um, not very often, but um, so I guess every artist has to do their version of this one. Um, I'm a little excited about it, so let's get going here. I've got some gray material. Excuse me, gray. Uh, I have a mixture. I have a mixture of gray. I have a mixture of black and a mixture of white. And I'm trying to think of the best way to make this look like rock. It's gotta look like rock. Um, so here we go. I'm using a small brush, inch, 1 inch. No, that's 2 inch brush. I'm really screwing up my inches here. So, but I'm gonna take, and I have this in a pile, or in a sort of like a slab. A little bit of black in there. I'm gonna put a touch of blue, slate blue, and I'm just gonna start by just going across. I'm not putting up a whole bunch of paint at once. So I can get some. Yes, yes, I'll get to you soon. Here we go with the bloopers already. A little bit of black mixed with the white and the gray. Add a little bit of black. Add a little blue. And just, I'm just touching the canvas. Just touching it with the brush. Just ever so slightly. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get this over here. Which I can leave a little bit white. I can add some white, a bit white above, sort of like uh, looking at like a shade. It's sort of a shade. And go along down here. Well, this sure is going to turn out interesting. But actually, the way I have it looks a little bit green. I'm just shooting for color. So this would be let's see. I want to get I want to get another ridge down here. And I'm just going to touch the edge, touching the edge of the brush. And I'm going like so. I did lightly touch this up before I started filming here. Just to, I'm going to pull that down. So there's sort of a, I'm trying to make these look like cliffs. And I think doing different strokes with the brush, I can achieve that. Achieve that brush stroke. Achieve that eye look. It's coming together. I'm gonna do a little bit more at the top. Like I say, I'm just doing the corner, very edge of the brush. I'll make it more defined. Defined line. Defined line. Just being really careful here. Yeah, the brow is going to be, if you think of your own eyebrow, kind of deep. And in a way, they're kind of they've got a ridge. They've got an eye line. Everyone who agrees, say aye. Anyway, this is turning out not too bad. Just gonna clean that up. Brush a bit. The brush. Clean the brush. Clean the brush off a bit. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some paint bottles if they stand up. Whichever paint bottle stands up and stays up, I'll use it. This is, boy, I didn't have my reading glasses today. But at least I remembered my headphones, And that's sounding like appropriate noise for brown. And I'm going to start a little bit of gray, the brown, and the black. And I think what I'm going to do is just start tapping. A little bit of brush and a little bit of tapping at the same time. I may take a little bit more gray and do some fill in. While I'm at it, pretty clean. I'm going to take a little bit of white and sort of fill this in a little bit. Just not a whole lot, just enough to show that there's a little bit of variety here. Sort of like a little bit of highlight. And I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do all this. And this is sort of along, for me, this is right up my alley of sorts of Bizarro painting. But I saw this. I saw the photograph. I can't do the photograph that I saw exactly as it is. Even if I tried, I'll give it another 20 years, I guess. But if I get the gist, I thought tapping would work. And I want this to work out perfectly. And I don't know, past couple of paintings I've done have not come out exactly perfect, but that was. But I have to look back, and I used to do my best at painting trees, and in my world back then, 8 years ago, trees were absolutely, totally straight up and down, straight up and down, up and down. And as I looked along at nature, I cannot, to this day, find a tree that is perfectly straight and straight up and down. So I guess I had to kind of give up on that venture there. So I'm gonna get the whites of her eyes, or him or her, you know. And this is sort of, I wonder if this thing is sad. I don't know. I should use a better. I should use a. I got another brush that's a little cleaner, I think. Um, let's see. Hmm. I came here and I was set up with everything. I'm gonna knife it. I'm gonna knife it. Spread some knife along there. Hang on. That's what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do with the white, kind of. And a little bit of the black. Is make kind of a liner. So that it looks more cliff-like. And that's a little better. That's a little better. Do little waves with the knife. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. And it's still, I don't know. I'm just gonna. Well, this one up there doesn't look too bad. It looks that looks kind of decent. And I'm trying to talk, but I'm not talking as much because I had 4 abscess teeth come out of my jaw, so it's sort of still a little stiff and sore, but kind of I'm more or less uh, out of zombie land, um, pretty much, and had a throat procedure done. All in one, all 3 procedures in 2 days. So I've been sort of knocked on my can for a while. Um, okay, I know what I was gonna do. I'm looking for the slate blue. Here, slate. Come on, blue. And that is slate blue. Slate blue is here. And gonna add a little bit of white. I got a little white to that slate blue. And there, the slate blue is right there. Mix this up a bit. I don't know why slate blue is turning into a bit of gray, but the eye's gonna come up. That's not a very bright eye. I'm using the wrong thing. I'm pretty sure of it. Pretty sure I'm using the wrong tool. I wanted to use the right tool. Never too late. Never too late. It is never too late to use the wrong tool. Never too late to use the right tool. Excuse me. I think what I'm gonna do, get that slate. Because I want her eye to be seen, right? So she's got a little bit of a slate blue eye. You know, could be a. Boy, that eye is wobbly. Man, is that a horrible eye right now. What I'm gonna do, I gotta. Oopsie. I had a smaller brush. It doesn't want to come out. Right. Here's what I'm gonna do. Got a little bit of a smaller brush. And shape that eye. That's one big eye, but that's all right. I titled this one Eye of the Valley. So make the eye the center of all attention. So I've got the start of my eye there. I got a good circle. Hey, that looks like an eyeball. um, I guess I think sometimes I find myself that I'm in a rush, and if you're going to be in a rush, you're not always going to find what you're looking for. Um, and I think maybe last video I was in a bit too much of a hurry. Um, but it is what it is. Um, I gotta get. So that's basically the eye of the beholder. I see, said the blind man as he picked up his hammer and saw. I'm babbling. I gotta clean this up a bit. That's more white on there, so I'm gonna use this. Palette's getting kind of funkied up. Cause I wanna, well, I think I heard that the eyeball isn't perfectly round either. Sort of at our age, well, the retina and everything in the socket gets sort of egg shape. I don't know if I've got that right or not, but just gonna put a little line up here. Do a little line up here. I'm using a smaller brush to do a little lining, sort of. A little bit up in here. I think that's called the whites of the eye. I'm not using a whole lot. I'm just doing a little bit of pressure, just a gentle rub, sort of making, just sort of showing that it's there. And that's a toughie. But, and I think maybe we got add some white, dab in some white here. I painted the canvas of background white anyway. So I think that helps. Um, I think I don't do good at reflection yet. I'm still learning to do reflections, but sometimes we get a shine in our eye. Like see, that, well, you can see, someone can see the reflection in someone else's eye. So I'm just trying to get funky little hip there. And I haven't used small brushes really in too long of a time. I like the big dogs. I like big brushes for some reason, but then I like painting big. This particular canvas is 36 by 36. So now every eye needs a pupil. So we're gonna give it a pupil. And I'm just dabbing it in there. And I'm gonna take a look, check at the camera. Yeah, you can just see that it's a eyeball or a pupil. I don't know. I wish I could say if I could get the eyeball bigger, but then it's gonna mess with me. I know it's just gonna mess. It's just one of these eyes that are just gonna mess with me. It's just gonna have to be the way it is. Sizing it up. Aye, aye, Captain. And I know that it's got some. See, now it's really starting to look a little bit of that black. That's an iris. That's an eye. Aye, aye, aye. And I'm going to get some eyelashes in there and go from there. Get some eyelashes and let's see. I have a vision. I have an idea. Where is it gonna? Hang on. Okay. Anyways, let's see. I know I was looking for something. I'm gonna use this as an eyelash maker. Little end of a scrub pad, or had a stick on it one time, and you scrub your pots and pans. And I'm gonna just take the edges. I don't have enough paint on there. I missed. Give it a sense of eyebrows. And it's not working. Try something else. That's the fun about art, You just gotta learn to play. You gotta learn to I had my nail brush and it walked away. I put stuff, I tell you, I think it's those trolls that I received a while back ago as a prize. I put something down right in front of me and then I lose it. I think the trolls are after me. Boy, I'm really What else can I use? If I can't have the nail brush, what can I use? Um, well, if you don't try, you don't know. I'm going to take this popsicle stick. It works somewhat. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this might just work out. You know, I may try a couple other things too. It's got messy eyebrows. I got another idea. Little trick up my sleeve. If it doesn't wind up on the floor again. You know, for me, it's like, well, try again. Try again. Okay, I'm using the edge of the brush. I'm not sure if they look like eyelashes or not. Now I messed it up. Not really messed it up, but a little too much. That's a really thick eyebrow right there. My, what big eyelashes you got. You got some thick eyelashes, person. Over there. So the edge of the paintbrush, I believe, is going to work if I just take that edge I guess I gotta take my time a little bit. This isn't, it's not bad. Just wipe my hand and fingers with it a bit. And I have to think, of course, this thing's been, I imagine that eyes of stone and things and things like that have been around quite a long time. So their eyebrows or their eyelashes are probably not all that perfect. You know, I just came to realize that, you know, nothing in nature is perfect. Um, just remember that, I guess. And I'm going to do a little slate blue. I'm going to start a little bit of slate blue. Coming along here. You got to end up somewhere. And this is where the turquoise that I just lost comes into play. Or let's see, sky. I think that's a sky blue. Uh, that's gray. I don't want gray. Well, here's a little teal. That would work. A little bit of teal if it'll come out. Not very much of it left. All right, that's a little bit of teal. And I'm just gonna sort of pound that down a little bit. Teal's a good color for making water. I I think so. I think teal's good for making water. It's got, there's a lot of, I've noticed that there's a lot of different colors of water. That's just how it is. There's even, blue water, white water, all kinds of water, and that's just a fact. That's a miracle. And I think I'm gonna use a little bit of white. Mix that in with the teal. Here's what I'm using the white for. What I'm really using this white for. I'm going to see. And it's going to go right down here. It's going to be a long, 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 long way down. That waterfall is way, way high up in accordance. Put the splash down right there. Get a little bit more. Make a little bit heavier fall. It's almost realistic looking, I think. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I think I'm gonna just do add a little bit of teal to that, and maybe some slate blue if I dare. But oh, what the heck? I mean, it's my painting, my world. Can't put a fault to whose world is who. Whose world is who? Whose? Yeah, just make some color. A couple different colors. Blend that in with the white. And you can tell that is So it didn't take me too long for this part. I think I'm going to still do some touch up here, probably get it whiter, but it looks, well, it's like a faded eye. Um, Now comes the real challenge, more of the fun with dabbing my brush. Hey, and put a little bit of green in there. There's the green. I'm gonna use a little bit of green right here. Some of the brown. Mix it in. I'm going totally crazy now. See, it's starting to have a valley. Starting to have a valley around there. Eye of the valley. Green, brown mixture. I'm gonna add a little bit of white just to throw in a little bit of freak out here. It's got different colors. And seems like my knife is missing. I think the trolls took that. And I'm just painting here, but as well as I do, if you've seen my other videos, uh, they just seem to the strange way I have of doing things um, turn out to be like, oh wow, you know, get some shrubbery there. And I think, well, here's some green. I'm going to take that green. I'm just going to make, yeah, now you can tell that these things stand tall. I'm going to take that brown. That's not exactly what I wanted to do either. Not exactly what I wanted to do, but I can fix it. That's the glory. That's the glory of acrylic, for me anyway. You can change things. You can turn it around, make it look. I don't have enough paint on I don't have enough green on my brush. Just keep, no matter what, I've learned sometimes you just gotta step back a little bit, take a break from what you're doing. But Um, I think most important thing to do would be to to just keep going, just keep going, and that's what I'm going to do with my other palette knife. This is a big knife. I can do the same. You do the same thing there. And there are tall trees coming up. And that looks like a forest. More like a forest, more like the trees. Man, let me tell you, my world is so complicated. So I have to come up with alternatives all the time to keep out to oh, shoot, that thing's sharp. Anyway, I'll be doing laundry tonight. Ugh. Yeah, that's looking not halfway bad, halfway decent. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm almost to the finish line. I believe I'm almost to the finish line. So I'm going to take that teal. I was going to put a path here, but it deserves more water. That seems to complete it. I might as well. While I'm at it, I mean, there's got to be some snow on the ground. It's the mountains. Come on. So I mean, that's why I've got the white background. Maybe a little reflection on that water. And I'm losing. I've lost all my brushes, but it doesn't look too half bad. Tell me what you think in the comments, and I wish I could read what you guys are saying, but I'll look them all over. Whew. Let me see here. Let's see if I can. The next game is retrieve all the brushes that have fallen on the floor. Good night, everybody. Whew. Sheila, I see Sheila. Sherry, John. I don't have I lost my reading glasses, so I'm blaming the trolls on that one. All right. You all have a good one. And I'll probably see you guys tonight on We Play You In. I hope you're playing.